Okay. So this week I had originally planned to talk about a certain book, but I kind of want to hold on to it till next week because I really want to briefly talk about overconsumption in the bookish community, regardless of whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and any other social media accounts that people may seem to have um here in on the internet, basically. When I'm talking about overconsumption, it's pretty much like people getting into this whole thing of fear of missing out, or FOMO for short, when it comes to getting into the book scene. I don't know if I'm one that kind of feels as though getting into this whole FOMO fad is something that I would like to be a part of, because again, this it's one of those things where I try to make videos for everyone on the book reviews that on books that I've personally read or listened to via audiobook, because I do run a small crafting business. I don't always have the time to physically open a book and like read it. Because then I would need to essentially make stuff. So always need to listen to an audiobook while I'm making something, right? Because again, my business involves me crocheting stuff or making candles. So I'm always like doing something with my hands. So I can't physically hold a book and just read through it as much as I possibly want to. It's just one of those things where I would much rather listen to the audiobook and write a quick summary, write all the characters, and be able to kind of understand it, let it sit in my mind a little bit before making a video for you guys. So like that's how I run things. There's also even this running trend where people are buying different versions of the same book too. And I'm seeing somebody by the name of Susanna Friesen who talking about being fed up about all of these different books that are consistently coming out from like she posted this several months ago, by the way. Talking about like how there's so much books and so many different versions of the same book. Like, for example, Harry Potter. There's two different house book sets. There's different versions depending on which language you're reading. There's even a train version, a version where it's Harry Potter's face in the cartoonish for like the animated version. Even, bro, there's even one with Hedwig on it. That like if you put it side by side, it makes out Hedwig with the letter in its beak. We don't need that. I don't need that. It looks cool. It looks aesthetically pleasing. I'm not gonna lie. But why do we need to spend extra money for a new Harry Potter set? Let alone one that's involving the Grishaverse. Like, we don't need a new version of Shadow and Bone. We don't need a Netflix look on the same book. We don't need a different version of the Queen of Falconer or a Court of Thorns and Roses. We don't need another cash grab. At least to my knowledge. Why do we need to do it? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me, publishing companies. I need to know. Let me know in the comments. Cause like how the fuck? Why do you need extra money? It's the same book, or the same books, depending on the series. We don't. From my understanding, we don't need new books. A new version of the same books. We don't need the. I don't need the sprayed edges version of it. No. What? why do we? Why do we need that? It's like it's like just be like James Patterson that just puts out um like one new book every couple of months. Do you know how many books he's put out for the Women's Murder Club series? 26. Do you know how many books of the Alex Cross series he's put out? Probably about 30 at this point. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 30. I lied. There's 36 books for the Alex Cross series. Technically 37 if you count some of the half books, but I haven't seen all of them. Like, why do you need 37, like almost 40 books of a single series? Like, at this point, I'm not too sure if he's still alive. Like, are people still putting out books under his name? Like, the dude is 79. Damn. He's still alive and kicking, man. He's still alive and kicking. I like he. You know what? You know what he looks like? What does he look like, the professor that taught me King Arthur and Arthurian literature, my dude? Except he got somewhat more hair, like slightly more hair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you can't come out here looking like you can't come out here looking like my Arthurian literature professor. This is so funny. I'm gonna be laughing for a minute. Give me a moment. Anyway, what I was trying to say is there. To me, I find it kind of easier to just sit down and read so much work, like some like 20, 30, or 40, even 40 books of um a series than reading a series that's all about like having the same like different artistic or aesthetically pleasing versions of basically the same book. Like, I don't understand why people think that it is okay to be um making different versions of the same book, or buying like 200-300 books and before even starting to read a certain book. Like, there's somebody that started their physical TBR list, and from what I've heard, rumor mill, that there are nearly 500 books. And like, there's a person by the name of Pur's Project that she's trying to get through her physical TBR list. She has 225 last time I checked. Mind you, that is some wild stuff, because I don't I don't see myself reading that many books. Like, having that much of a TBR, a physical TBR list, so to speak. I think the most at one point that I had at any given time was, I think, I don't know, like 50, 60 books before I gave it all up, because I was like, that's too many books. And just knowing that something like that kind of feels like it's a little bit too much. It puts me in a little bit of a uncomfortable position, knowing that people are willing to have these impulsive thoughts to just buy books, go through these things and be like, oh, I want to buy this and this and all these things. And it just kind of feels a little bit weird to kind of sit down and be like, okay, what should I read out of like 300, 400 books? There's some people that have like 700 to 800 physical books in their library, and I'm just like, coming in? Hi. I'm like, what? I feel like at some point in time, we should normalize kind of just understanding that we have a little bit too many books in our disposal and just try to get through um whatever books that we do have, kind of like limit ourselves to maybe like having 10 or 20 books at one point. And then once we read through each of the books, we kind of like unhaul it and like donate it to our local library. Because what are the chances that the the library might need it? Because somebody has been requesting it and they might need donated books. You know, like we wouldn't know for sure. So anyway, um that besides of going on the tangent of talking about like James Patterson and him still being alive despite him being almost 80 at this point, um it's kind of interesting to kind of see the type of thing, like hear about like these types of ways that people kind of want to get into the entire process of just being like, hey, I don't want to miss out on anything. Let me buy all these books, and then ending up with who knows how many books in their disposal. Be like, and I'm thinking like they're kind of thinking to themselves like, ah, F word, like shucks, like I have too many books in my disposal. What am I gonna do with all of these? And then they're trying to shell out as many books as they possibly can. I honestly don't think that that's like the best approach. It's I don't feel like that's something that people should do as a society. And despite the fact that there are people that do that, like there are people that read books. There's also people that in the education system, regardless of whether it's public or private, where students are reading three grade levels below what they're supposed to, and also students are also depending on audiobooks to be able to understand the concept of what is being said in said books. And for me, I'm even though I'm someone who enjoys listening to an audiobook whenever I get the chance to do a book review for this channel, um I try to kind of like not use it for educational purposes while I'm going through school. For example, like if I'm doing a class on Celtic mythology, I don't want to like listen to it as an audiobook. I actually want to read the the version that I have, like physically read it and trying to understand its concept. Like what I'm reading, what I'm trying to understand in this case. And not everybody truly gets that. So like there could be different methods that can be used for different reasons, and you know, in the end, I think we should just understand that using the same type of method or having this fear of missing out type of vibe when it comes to new books or very popular books that are out there that are being talked about in by very popular YouTubers and Instagram, like Bookstagrams or even the book talk content creators. It's not something that we should do. I think everybody should be open to their own interpretation and of like various things, and when it comes to books, and you know, try different methods, see how that works. I know I have my own method of madness when it comes to various things. So, yeah. All of this is something that kind of tickled your fancy. It was like a little bit of a break from doing the book reviews, at least up until like I make another video for next week's video. I thought that maybe this could be a little bit of a filler thing. And once in a while I'll do a filler thing in case I need to uh, do some more. I don't know how you might call it. Find more books to kind of try to do a book review on. That's what I was trying to say. So anyway, I hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment. If you guys want to take a look at any of my like my shop, my website for my business, it's down below. If you want to look at any of the crafting vlog related videos on my other channel, which is Crafty Items by Donna, it should be in the link in down below. And yeah, I hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye. I'm sorry. I'm a little awkward.